Right, welcome back. That was your 1 minute. I'm not going to give you any more, I'm sorry, because otherwise we'll be here all night. So it is my great pleasure to welcome onto stage Sipho. Thanks.
I would be the last person to say anything is as easy as riding a bike. In fact, I would only refer to such a quote when talking about swimming. Because in both, my arms and legs are too much for my mind to organize at once, so I'm left alone on the sidelines, waiting to be good at something enough that I am not always last. But this is another human story. The experience of being dyslexic. And so the complexities are hard to spell and interpret, but even though they are mine, might be similar to yours, but they will always be different because no two people were made one and the same or three and any more. So if I tell you of my past, what are the odds of you knowing what it feels like to always be last? In reading, or spelling, or copying off the board in class, or finding hope in maths. You see, English and science sessions divided me from friendship group alliances because they had more of a reason to be mean to me than to be with me in any school team, and so I was on my own dealing with such. Friends had never given me much, but I didn't mind. I found comfort in numbers and my strength was literally multiplied, translated into routine steps, and now I dance my way through life. And I'd rather, because bikes are not for everyone. My baby brother continues to ask what I do. He also asks why I refer to him as the baby of the bunch at age 15. At a similar age, with opportunities few and far and in between, at 16 I was introduced to boardrooms as a substitute to classrooms. A new dialogue too. Board effectiveness was a selected etiquette, better spent by the benevolent. Ooh, I relished it. For a seat at their table I beggeth, where I could watch expert minds play a collective thought of table tennis, expensive and expensed. But yet, I couldn't explain what I was doing there. A seat at the table, thank you, I think, is the term to use. And thank you to yous who pulled out a chair for me. Thank you for polishing my glass and making me a perfect cup of diversity, though a little too weak for me. It could have been considered late when I realized my expertise. My lived experience reads like a movie on my CV. I am qualified. When exclusion occurs, I don't bat an eye. A microaggression no longer satisfies my protest urge. An unconcerned colleague doesn't motivate my try, and a hollow answer to institutional crimes doesn't activate my cry. Championing communities has rarely been more of a term to trophy. And shutting them out is like protecting truancy. Take Queen Latifah's UNITY, UNITY, that's a unity. Championing communities who know how to tell when a liar is coming. They tell that a liar is coming. They hear that a tongue has no fluency. Its diligence has no currency. Nothing yet to exchange because we have nothing left to exchange. We've seen for years our communities change right in front of our face, from a distance and at a range, without local consent or embrace. So governance. Governance, wow. But we're here to talk about governance now. How boards of trustees consider what the priorities are for their cultural organizations that they support when considering pressing issues within the arts and cultural sector. I believe that we are aware of a similar school of thought many of us were raised up on. I am afraid that it has barricaded the very rooms excluded communities were very introduced to, with excuses behind them as to why board papers arrived late. And so did I.